from Warner Brothers Games and created by Supergiant Games, we have Bastion. Hello world, this is Rich Toad here, trying to make a Let's Play for the very first time. I love this game a lot. I think it's great. It has beautiful art, it has fantastic voice acting by one whole character, but rather than talk about it a whole lot, I'm going to show you. So let's get started.
Proper story's supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
So one of the things I love about this game is we have this narrator. We don't know who he is yet, but we'll find out soon enough. And he talks about what the kid does, and that is our name is the kid. It's giving me a prompt that yes, you can actually move here. But I'm not gonna talk over the narrator I'll try not to, at least, when he's talking about important things, but when he's just throwing in random comments, I can't promise I won't be talking over him. So, let's get up.
He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble. Ground forms up under his feet as if pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why.
Even though it is very strange that ground is just coming up.
Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion.
So we have our first weapon, we have the Kale Hammer. We can press the left mouse button to attack and smash it down. We can also press space to do a roll. So we can smash some stuff, get some fragments, which is kind of like currency. We can smash the walls, which we don't want to do, because if we do happen to fall off...
And then he falls to his death.
Oops.
I'm just fooling.
He's fooling then, but it does hurt you when you fall off later on.
He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the Calamity.
Wonder what that Calamity is.
That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground.
So we have our first enemy here, a windbag. One important thing about the hammer is it
pops him good.
More damage.
Starts to feel his bruises though.
And even though I didn't get hit because I'm so good at this game, not really. I get hurt for the reason so we can show off. Not that. But this up here.
An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do.
So here's our second weapon of the game, the Fang Repeater. It
gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber.
So now I can right click to shoot. We can press R to reload. We have very few bullets. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of either of these weapons. I'll probably replace them very soon. But let's move on up. We don't have to break every
Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you just need a drink.
So these are health tonics. We have 3 right now. We can press F to heal. It heals us up to full. We can refill them at a fountain. Pretty standard.
A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines.
Cutest enemies ever to squirts. Unfortunately, they're trying to kill us, so we have to kill them. Sorry, squirts. We have this mysterious thing lying on the ground. Let's pick it up.
Kid finds a memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy her.
Said let's press tab for more info. You can see a list of items we have in our pack right now. We have a city crest, which is a memento, an identification badge from the old days. All those on official business for the city bear the Star of Salandia. It is said to represent warmth, labor, and sacrifice. We also have the crystal barrette, which is a memento, a fashion accessory covered in soot. It holds great value, of the sentimental variety. Also holds hair firmly in check. Best hang on to it just in case. For our fantastic scraggly white hair. about this game is it has a lot of
It's a
branching side
wonder
paths.
the old saloon's still standing. Used to have the nicest view.
I don't know where they all are just offhand. I'll be going down them whenever I see them. Hopefully I'll get most of them, but I won't get all of them. So let's head into the saloon.
He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The Calamity got him before his drinking did.
This guy isn't looking so good. Let's try exploring a little bit.
Then Kid finds his trusty shield.
Oh, will you look at that? We got our bullhead shield. Oh yeah. So we can hold shift to defend.
The security takes him for a petty thief.
And if we press shift right before we get hit,
Clang! Shield
quick
saves his
counter.
hide.
so the counter is very useful. Here we have boxes that fall from the sky. They make windbags. You can kill them
Windbags
before
start
they
turning up for last call.
actually become windbags for the same amount of XP. Oh, I'm terrible at countering these just because they feel so slow with their attack animations. But it's alright, we take them out in 2 hits with our hammer while standing still, so there's not much need to counter them.
More squirts start coming out of the woodwork.
So now we have our. It just told us that we can press
Big old fella
shift
pops out in front of the kid.
lock onto targets. This is nice for when you're using the Fang repeater, so you can just kind of kite around. Squares can be kind of hard to hit otherwise, so we can just hold shift. It'll lock onto squirts for us as long as our cursor is somewhere towards the general area. But that's the slow way of doing it.
Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop.
Let's jump out the window and
He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on
crunch.
top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke.
Well, that's surprising since we landed on it so hard. Let's pick it up. We have our third weapon, the Breaker's Bow. It replaced our Fang repeater.
Wasn't long before the kid could loose an arrow, strong and true.
So if you hold down the button, you have the bow assigned to. You charge up, you let go. If you let go while you're flashing, you do a
Kid
power
spies
shot.
a good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back.
You have to have kind of good timing with it. I'm not the best at it, but I can do it alright. You have something stringy. Let's pick it up.
The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land.
We'll be able to use that later to upgrade our bow using fragments, but for now we just kind of have to hang on to it. Psh. I was hoping it would turn me that way.
Good news is the emergency
Block.
defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid.
Neither of those sound like good news. I promised I wouldn't break everything. That's just what I do as a gamer. So now we have Whirlwind,
Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome.
our first skill that we can use. Press
He's
the
a
Q
mighty
button,
fast learner.
and we spin around and hit things. You know, as if we were using a hammer. Not a fan of it, mostly just because it's a hammer skill and I don't like a hammer. So, oh, did I not kill you? So it's for
He finds the distillery, right next to the arsenal. Tough
these
part of
apples
town.
actually heal you. It's a nice
One
touch.
sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man.
So here we have the distillery. We can use it to equip spirits. We only have 3 right now, but we have Squirt Cider, which gives us 10 maximum health. We have Dread Rum, which gives us 10% critical hit chance, but only when we're at full health. I'll be using this one because I don't really like the other 2, even though I probably won't get much use out of this one, because I get hit a lot. We also have Fetching Fizz, which absorbs stray fragments. It's nothing special. So let's go for Dread Rum. we also have the artillery over
The arsenal's
arsenal.
where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
Here we can change out our weapons, so we can go back to the Fang Repeater. I personally like it more than the bow, just because the bow takes a while to drop back. We can also put the Breaker's Bow on our left click, so we could use a Breaker's Bow Fang Repeater combo, as odd as that sounds. I'm not sure why you would want to ranged, but you could do it. Let's go ahead and use Bolt Burst. We have Dancing Shot as well, which is a bow skill. But I like Bolt Burst. Better than Whirlwind. Oh, it's telling us to use Q again. Yay. So Bolt Burst is kind of like
Some
Whirlwind.
of them squirts
It just goes
birthing
further.
like crazy in a couple of corn bins.
So we have corn bins. They're probably the most annoying enemies in the game, in my opinion. Just because they endlessly spawn squirts. That's all they do. Not a fan. Yay, my Dread Rum is back. As you can see, I'm not good at keeping it up. So here we have the switch,
An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way.
and that is a jerkish
The
enemy spawn right
Bastion's
there.
real close now.
If you don't know he's there, you're probably gonna get hit in the face with that giant sight sickle. I'm not sure what they use. So yeah, the counter is kind of forgiving. You don't have to get perfect. You have more boxes spawning, some gas fellows in. Nothing too serious, nothing we can't handle. There's more windbags up here. The yellow is crits, in case you couldn't tell. Over here we have something heavy.
Kid takes a chunk of alloy. The
Use that to
smell
upgrade
of
our
barley
hammer.
and spoiled blueberries fills the air.
Welcome to another
Scumbags.
annoying enemy.
Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did.
Here we have our first instance of scumbags. They're annoying because they leave that puddle on the floor that slows you and does minuscule damage, so you lose your Dread Rum as soon as you get it back. Yeah. As you can tell, I don't like it. Again, with the really slow wind-up animations. So those
Kid puts him out
giant
of his misery.
windbags will leave holes in the floor you can fall down. You want to be careful about that. I countered it and it went off into nowhere. So the best thing you can probably do is hide behind your shield. and
Robs a
just kinda
scumbag of
poke
his
the
last
scumbags
meal.
down. And we get fragments galore for surviving that. As well as the way forward. We're just not going to question it and take these fragments and go.
He finds the core to the Wharf District.
So here we have our first core. Don't know what it's for yet, but we'll
He
pick it up.
steals the city's heart. Might as well.
Now I'm going to ignore these turrets because, oh my gosh, it's Armageddon. This is probably what
Kid
happened
has a
before we
feeling he
woke
better
up.
get a move on. The place is starting to fall.
So now we gotta run really fast without falling
See,
off.
that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat.
Preferably without dying.
Kid just
As you
keeps
can see
running.
down there, those turrets are having a bit of a squabble. Enemies can't hit each other. You can use that to your advantage in some cases. I countered, but he hurt me. Okay. Seems legit.
At last, the Skyway is in sight.
So we get to the end, get a whole bunch of fragments, take this
Whisks
skyway.
him where it needs to go. Now the
And-
kid sees something stranger still. His mind races.
and we fall flat on our face again. It's a common theme in this game. So, we're in the Bastion now. Who knows where it is? We just witnessed the destruction of everything we knew. It seems like anyone we know is now gone, turned to ash like Rhonda, or killed by those crazy gas fellas. Next time on Let's Play Bastion, we're going to be exploring this new place, maybe find out who's that narrator is, and explore more of this post-apocalyptic floating world. See you next time!